You ever get that feeling where self-care is just another chore? Like you're already drowning in work, bills, and existential dread, and someone says, "Have you tried taking a bubble bath?" Oh, sure. Let me just soak away the crushing weight of my unresolved childhood trauma while lavender-scented steam burns my retinas. And then you scroll Instagram and see someone with perfect skin sipping green tea juice at sunrise, telling you that that's the secret. Meanwhile, my secret is hitting the snooze button 8 times and eating Pop-Tarts in bed like a raccoon that pays rent. Look, it's not that self-care is bad, it's just that it's been hijacked by influencers and capitalism. And that's where we're digging into today. This is Brutally Human, brought to you by Petty Merch. 15% off your order with code BRUTAL because retail therapy might not solve your problems, but at least you'll look good while avoiding them. So here's the thing. Somewhere along the line, self-care went from taking care of yourself so you don't burn out to spending $87 on a crystal that a woman named Sage Moonlight swears will align your chakras. It used to be simple. You'd take a nap, call a friend, maybe walk outside, and boom, you've hit the reset button. Now, now it's become a multi-billion-dollar industry telling you that you can buy your way to mental stability. And I think that's where the burnout hits even harder because when the $40 eucalyptus candle doesn't magically fix your depression, you start thinking, wow, can I even do self-care right? It's not your fault. You're not broken. The system's just selling you something that works about as well as duct taping your check engine light. But here's the kicker. Self-care can actually become more stressful when it's packaged like an obligation. You're already juggling work deadlines, family drama, and figuring out why your cat is staring into the corner like he sees ghosts. Now you're supposed to schedule relaxation, make it Instagrammable, and track it on some app. Self-care is supposed to be for you, not for an audience, not for a brand, and definitely not to meet some imaginary checklist that makes you feel like the failure when you don't tick all the boxes. Here's the irony. Self-care is supposed to reduce stress, but somehow it's turned into this never-ending to-do list that actually adds to stress. Think about it. You've got work, family, bills, and now you're trying to squeeze in journaling, yoga, meditation, your 10-step skincare routine, and making that $12 green juice that tastes like wet grass. By the time you're done with all of it, you're more exhausted than when you started. And let's not pretend the guilt doesn't creep in when you skip self-care. You miss one yoga class and suddenly you're spiraling like, well, I guess I'm just a failure at mental health now. May as well eat 3 sleeves of Oreos and call it a night. We've turned something personal into another performance metric. Like, it's not enough to just feel better. Now you have to look like you're feeling better so other people believe you're doing life right. And honestly, that's the biggest trap when self-care becomes about doing it the right way instead of the right for you way. You lose the point entirely. Here's the uncomfortable truth. No one is selling on Instagram. Real self-care isn't always pretty. Sometimes it's doing your laundry before it smells like regret. Sometimes it's saying no to people who drain you, even if they're family. Sometimes it's finally scheduling that dentist appointment you've been dodging since 2019. It's not candles and bath bombs every night, unless that's your thing. It's creating a life that doesn't require constant escape. Real self-care is boring a lot of the time. It's budgeting your money. It's eating something green because your body is begging you to. It's getting 8 hours of sleep instead of binging an entire season of a show and pretending you'll catch up on rest later. And here's the best part. You don't have to post any of it online. No one needs to see you folding towels or drinking water to know that you're taking care of yourself. You're not getting graded on your health. So if your self-care looks like it's going for a walk, turning your phone off for an hour, or finally deleting your ex's number for good, That counts. And it works better than any $60 luxury face mask, I promise you. Look, the world is loud. Your brain is tired, and the last thing you need is to feel like you're failing because your self care doesn't look like the curated nonsense in your feed. You don't need a new routine, you need a new definition. Self care is not a checklist, it's a conversation with yourself. What do I need right now? Not what will look good if I post it. If today what you need is rest, that's self care. If tomorrow what you need is to push yourself to do the thing you've been avoiding, also self care. If what you need is to laugh until you cry with your best friend, even if you eat pizza at midnight, yeah, still self care. The goal isn't to perfect self care. The goal is to keep yourself standing, preferably without caffeine and spite being the only two things holding you up. So give yourself permission to let it look different. Your self care doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work for you. All right, that is a wrap on why self care isn't working for you, and that's okay. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all the advice out there telling you to just do more self care, remember, sometimes the system is broken, not you. You need to give yourself grace, cut yourself some slack, and know that you are doing the best you can in a world that often demands more than what we have. Next episode, we're diving deep into the real reason you're not lazy. Spoiler alert, you're just mentally and physically exhausted. Trust me, you don't want to miss that one. Before I let you go, quick shout out to the real MVPs, our amazing petty merch line. If you're tired of the same positive vibes only stuff, this merch is for you. And right now you can get 15% off your first order with code BRUTAL at checkout. That's right, there's a whole brutally human merch line coming your way, ready to help you wear your mood like a badge of honor. Links in the description, because sometimes the best self-care is just owning your attitude with a little sass. Until next time, stay real, stay petty, and keep being brutally human. I'm Kyle Fields, and I'll see you next week.